back now.
We were having a little bit of technical difficulties. You know how the internet is. You know how technology is. I don't know what was going on, but we back live. I got Cornelia Bradley in the building, CEO and founder of Phoenix on the Rise. Say what's up, Cornelia.
Hi.
She's here talking about Phoenix on the Rise, what they're doing here in the community, how they help entrepreneurs, what events and workshops, seminars they have coming up, their partnerships, who they work with in the community to help the entrepreneurs further develop, their professionalism and business acumen. So, Cornelia, thanks so much for tuning in. Alex, hey, Meech, thanks so much for tuning in. You guys are watching Mind Your Business on Support District Radio. I'm here every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I actually get different guests who pretty much are on my platform for Connect the Dots. Anybody that's looking to build a network, look for exposure, help market or promote their business. That's what we do. But right now we're talking with Cornelia about Phoenix on the Rise and a couple of the things that she has coming up. So we know we had our members tomorrow.
Yes.
That's going to be at Desert Rose Steakhouse.
Desert Rose Steakhouse from 6 to 8.
6 to 8, okay.
Off of 57th and Grand.
So if you guys are looking for somewhere to network, connect with other people, are you guys have any vendor opportunities or?
There are not any vendor opportunities.
No vendor opportunities.
Tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
But you can come bring your business cards, information to do at the exchange piece, and it's free.
Okay.
So if you're registered, it does include drinks and appetizers.
Oh, wow, okay.
If you go on Phoenix on the Rise, go to our events page, and then register to the...
What kind of drinks and appetizers?
I don't know what the selection is.
Okay.
But
it comes with your registration.
Off of their menu, so you can look up the restaurant.
Nice.
And see what their appetizers and stuff are.
Okay.
We're gonna make the selections. And
right.
You can choose out of the selections that we provide.
Okay, nice. And I know you said you had cars and cigars.
Yes,
that's another event that's coming up. Can you tell us more about that?
This will be our second annual fundraiser for Cars and Cigars. So it's actually a fabulous time. So last year, what we did is it was catered by barbecues. We had Stack Tobacconist, which was our cigar lounge. And then we had a casino. So the concept was to bring Vegas to you. We gave away trips to the fabulous Las Vegas. We gave a trip to Lawland, Nevada. And we also gave out tickets to a Taste of Chic. So real prizes, although it's play money. And that's all included in your one ticket price. And that's the weekend before Father's Day weekend. So it's really a great Father's Day gift or any perfect date night to take a guy out, or just a great night to hang out. There's plenty of singles that came last year and had a really good time. It's also a great way to learn how to gamble if you don't gamble. So you can come and learn how to gamble.
Losing your money.
So there's no real risk. But like I said, there's real rewards. And there's tons of different classic cars, some upwards to $1 million that you can actually sit in and take pictures and all those kind of things.
Nice. And where is that going to be hosted?
That's going to be at the Martin Auto Museum. And I believe the date is June the 9th.
Okay.
This year. And that's from 6 to 11 p.m. So barbecue buffet, unlimited drinks.
How much are the tickets?
$75. So great value. Because if you think of those restaurants, if you just go there and have drinks and dinner, that's going to cost you $75
easily.
So
nice. And so Cars and Cigars, that's just the
it's a signature event. It's a fundraiser. So
fundraiser.
Portion of the proceeds will go back into our nonprofit, which is Five Back.
Okay.
The thrift store. The concept of Five Back is a percentage of the proceeds from Five Back go to fund small businesses. So that's where we're able to provide micro grants for businesses.
Nice. And this is your second.
So it's our second year running that event. The other event that we have is Wine About It, and that's coming up in April. I'm super excited because I like wine.
Where's that going to be at?
That's going to be at Sun Studios of Arizona, and that's in Tempe. As you can see, we're all over the valley, right?
That's how you're supposed to be, though.
Right.
Yes.
So that's $35, and that's unlimited beer and wine. There'll be a comedy lineup. There'll be tons of appetizers. So it's a really good time.
Nice.
Wine About It. That's another signature event, and a percentage of the proceeds also will go back to our nonprofit.
So, with all your events, do you guys have it where some of your proceeds go back to your nonprofit?
Yes, or others.
Or others. Okay. Okay, great. And I mean, I think that's something else that we should talk about, because I know a lot of times, with entrepreneurship, we're trying to, earn money. We want to give back to the community, but we're not really quite sure how do we, turn our entrepreneurship on, but then also turn our community activist
Right.
back on as well, or even in the same, capacity. So creating a business, and I think I talked about this on the last show, creating a business entity and then having a nonprofit is like essentially the best way to be able to do that.
Right. So having a nonprofit attached to your business is phenomenal. But if you don't have the capacity to do that, finding one that you really firmly believe in and stand behind and support their mission and their cause. Make sure that you vet them. Just because they say they're a nonprofit or they have the designation 10 cents on the dollar doesn't always do justice, right? So vet the organizations that you want to support and then collaborate with them. So sometimes if you don't have the capacity to start a nonprofit or while you're really building your business, find an organization that you want to support and give back via those means until you can start a nonprofit.
And I'm not sure if you know, I know Cornelia, she just joined the Connect Dots platform a couple of weeks ago, but that's something that I wanted to be able to implement with all of our companies that we work with. So every entrepreneur that we help to help them level up financially, we collaboratively give back as an organization.
Right, I thought you mentioned like quarterly, on a quarterly basis, finding an organization that you want to support. So, because I figured that way if we go in, if we have 20 entrepreneurs and they're all starting to make them a little bit of money and we say, okay, everybody put $100 in, you know what I mean? That's a pretty significant amount of money that can go back to an organization, to support a nonprofit. Hey, Ryan. Right. So I've always said that people don't care until they know you care. So if you can show that you care, immediately it's easier to garner the support of the people around you. You think about, you put a store in a neighborhood, you have your grand openings and you give things away because you want people to know, hey, we're here, but we also want to support this community in which we're receiving our money from. Well,
right? That's exactly how it's supposed to be, right?
That's exactly how it should be. That's not always
the case.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you have people coming from outside of your community into your community, most likely that's not going to be the case.
Right, and that's why you need to build things within your community for you to be able to leverage, right? So if there's people outside of your community setting up shop in your community, if they're not, and it's okay if that happens if they're contributing back to you, right? So if this business is profiting off of the community in which you live in, they should be supporting, whether it's a rec center, community center, neighborhood watch, any of those things that's going to help better that particular neighborhood. But if all that money is going into that business and then that business is taking that money out of that neighborhood, that's usually where you see the challenges.
And that's why it's important for people to realize that we have to create businesses.
Right.
What I mean? Not
even just create businesses, because we do a really good job at creating businesses. We have to create sustainable businesses. That's what we need to do.
Let's talk about creating sustainable businesses. What does that look like?
It looks like having a starting foundation, a solid foundation. A lot of times we have these ideas and these concepts and we implement things, but we don't leverage a lot of stuff that other corporations are able to do. One of the things, and one of our partners is Business Credit Works, and I know you know Daryl. So he talks about how you can build your business separate from your personal, right? So a lot of people, when they start their business, they pull from their personal to get established. But most aren't educated about business credit.
Right.
So separating the two, having your business credit be your funding mechanism for your business and starting it off that way. Not only that, but making sure that you are collaborating and partnering with the people in the community in which you're trying to establish your business to make sure that there's opportunities for you guys to do things together and to make sure that you're not crossing each other. So if I'm selling jewelry and you're selling jewelry and the next person selling jewelry, competition is totally fine, but us should be able to say, we're going to have our own stores, but let's pull this money together and order this stuff in bulk, right? So that we're getting better pricing and then we can sell to our customers at a better pricing. So sustainability is again, solid foundation, finding the collaborative opportunities in which you can drive your costs down so that you can pass those savings on to people, because that's why people buy at the larger stores like your Walmart, your Targets, because they want the savings. Starting out, you're not going to be able to get that usually as a small entity. It's the collaborative effort that'll allow you to get those things.
That's very true. I think a lot of people forget too, just to add, I'm in financial services. I work with Ameriprise wealth management firm, and a lot of times, we're going into entrepreneurship because we want to create a different type of life for our family, and so we're out here grinding, we're out here trying to turn, make $1 out of 15 cents, so to speak, and we forget that what happens if we no longer are able to be their bread earner. And so making sure that we have the proper protection, disability insurance, life insurance, so that if something does happen to us as an entrepreneur or a business owner, our family can continue to still thrive. We don't
need to have that succession plan. And again, the separation of the two. Because if you build your business under your business name, your business entity, your business credit, if something should happen, it doesn't impact your personal, right? So you can still maintain your personal home and all those things. You're not putting that at risk to establish your business and your dream. And not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying that why do that when there's another avenue, another mechanism in which you can drive your success.
And Cornelia is one of my clients. Hey girl, she got covered with Shasta, we're working with some things, she used to work at Vanguard for, 10 years. 11 years, I'm sorry. She get her corporate years, okay? 11 years. We pretty much, really, bonded over our financial services experience. If you guys don't know, Vanguard is one of the largest investment firms here in the United States.
It's the largest mutual fund company in the world.
The largest mutual fund.
Vanguardian.
The largest mutual company in the world. Talk a little bit about Vanguard. What it is that they do. The differences between them and maybe an Edward Schwab or Charles Schwab, Edward Jones.
Well, I can't talk on the differences of those from an employee perspective because I've never worked for those organizations, but the concept is the difference. They want you to be financially successful, right? Both of all of those kind of organizations are separated into two separate entities. There's the institutional side, which is all your retirement planning, your 403b, your 401ks, all of those kind of things, accounts, and then there's the retail side, which is just your individual accounts, your IRAs, or just a regular brokerage account, annuity, any of those instruments to invest in. So I've always worked in the institutional side of the business, and I'm hoping to.
That's a retirement account, right?
Those are the retirement accounts. Okay. I'm not hoping, I am expanding my knowledge in the individual basis right now, working towards getting my 7.
She gonna be working with me, y'all.
Right.
I didn't recruited her all the way around the board.
We're gonna be working together.
I said working with me.
But then I'm gonna take over, but don't tell her.
You can manage the portfolio. She wanna be a portfolio manager. I'm be the client relationship manager. We're gonna have a great working relationship.
We are.
It's gonna be so fun.
At Vanguard, I've done everything from the entry-level role up into leadership. So I was a supervisor in our operations department for several years. And it was a journey. I also was able to leave and go on an internship as a loan executive, where I was able to go out into the Valley, and I had several different, probably 100 plus clients maybe, to raise millions of dollars to help support a charity that I'm also passionate about, which is Valley of the Sun United Way here.
Nice.
So a little bit about Vanguard is I think Vanguard is a great company. That's my personal feelings towards it. It has really great benefits, but it also, like any organization, has challenges. And the higher up you go, the more complex the challenges are. So,
yeah, I mean, and that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I don't know if a lot of people know that the platform that I'm running on and that I'm basing Connect the Dots around is group economics, and the reason why group economics is so important, for us as entrepreneurs, people who want to uplift the community and also want to see each other level up. A lot of other communities, they practice group economics seamlessly.
Right.
It's nothing, right?
From the outside looking in.
Seamless. Right? Well, we know that they're working.
Right.
You know what I mean? We know that they're working and we know that they're generating income.
It's part of their culture. And I think our identity here as a culture is we're always redefining who we are and who we want to be. Mm-hmm. And I think if we put group economics in our DNA mm-hmm. and not in our culture, if it's just a part of who we are, regardless of how we're defining ourselves, mm-hmm. that it would be much easier to consistently practice that, because mm-hmm. it's the thing right now, mm-hmm. right?
But what is group economics, so that people can understand why it's important and why we need to sew into that concept?
It's recycling really the dollar, right? I don't know the statistics, but I know that for every dollar that we make, it stays, I believe, within our community for about 6 hours, when it should stay in our community
for at least a month.
You said at least a month.
Wasn't there someone else's? There's another community where it circulates for at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Right. No, a month I think is. My thoughts are longer.
Yeah.
There's no reason that we couldn't leverage all the different businesses. There's enough businesses in the United States alone, and I think sometimes we get boggled down on local. Mm-hmm. I have clients, like I said, persons calling me from Hawaii. I have somebody in New Jersey, in Florida. The world is much smaller than what we think. Right? Mm-hmm. I love to travel, mm-hmm. and everybody's a flight away. That's how I see it. No matter where you're at, you're only one flight away. Maybe 2, but for the most part, you're a flight away. So I think if we thought of our community as our community, not just our zip code or our city, and we expanded beyond that, that would be much better. So what we're doing here in Phoenix, I had a friend come as far as Archwood.
Oh, hold on. Somebody's chimed in.
I had a friend come and ask, say that they were starting something similar. And I thought, well, how great it would be to connect them with the people that started what we started here. Mm-hmm. Or not we, because I didn't personally start, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. What they started, so that they could already practice whatever's working. It's already working. Let's implement that in other different places. And then they could collaborate about what they're doing in Philadelphia or what they want to do in Atlanta. To see that, right? That's group economics, right? It's not just spending the dollar, but also passing the knowledge.
So Terry chimed in. He said the Jewish dollar touches 20 Jewish hands before it leaves. So just imagine with our Connect the Dot network, we can really start to show people what group economics looks like through the network, which is the basis. We're both in financial services. As soon as I saw how it works as far as recruiting, bringing people in, the percentage they get off the commissions, and basically how everybody just gets licensed and everybody starts to make money. Right. You know what I mean? And basically, they want to call it a pyramid or essentially or whatever, but pretty much it's just a connection. Right. You know what I mean? And how important that was for us to be able to say, okay, this is how we can work together so that we can all make money, if we not necessarily sign up or sign in, but we get up under each other.
Right. If you leverage your network.
Yes,
right?
Leverage your network.
But also not only just a way, and so it's like, this is how I'm making money off of, this is what you need. So leverage your network, but you have to be providing something that people need. It's not just something that it's a want or a desire. If you think about just the basics, if we could practice group economics with just the essential things in life, before we talk about, unnecessary stuff, that alone will provide such a solid foundation for us to propel into the future. So I think it's really streamlining what is it that we want to focus on and what is it that we want to recirculate. Because some things you're gonna have to go outside. That's trade and barter. That's just not what we're good at. That's just not what we do.
That's right.
Right? But there are several things in which we can be great at. Mm-hmm. And if we leverage those things just as a culture, then that would be phenomenal for us.
It really would. So let's talk about your Connect the Dots event that's going to be coming up. She's on a platform, so we help market and promote her business, Phoenix on the Rise, 5 Back Thrift Store, and I guess we have to figure it out because you want to promote them both. You know what I mean? Well, how you want to do it?
5 Back is a part of Phoenix on the Rise, right? Mm-hmm. So with Phoenix on the Rise, our service is extremely affordable, but for somebody starting out, it can still be extremely expensive.
Right, yeah.
So when you think about $2,500 to be on a billboard, to go on a television show, to get marketing, to get a website. That's extremely cost effective, right?
Mm-hmm,
There's
mm-hmm.
nowhere else, at least that I know of,
Mm-hmm.
in the United States that has such a platform at such an affordable price. If you
Mm-hmm.
call as an individual, you could look at billboard prices that start at just $2,000. So what we found is people needed help and support, or they were not ready to be a Phoenix on the Rise member. They needed other things done. So that's where Five Back came along. We wanted to find a way in which we could help income deprived neighborhoods or communities, or low income communities, for lack of a better term at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to find a way in which we could help them while also helping businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So Five Back is, everything is $5 or under.
Mm-hmm.
And then the proceeds, like I said, go to provide micro grants. We were able to help 2 different businesses. Right now we are working on our building fund.
We all got a building fund
for relocation and expansion. So we're hoping to be relaunching the actual physical store by the end of March, but we will be at some of the local, what are they called? The local
markets.
Yeah, but they're not called markets.
Swap meets.
Swap meets. We'll be at some of the local swap meets with our products and services. So you can still get, good quality items for $5 or less. You'll just have to go to the different swap meets. And we'll be in the one in Glendale and the one, I guess that's on Washington. So we'll be at both of them so that we're touching both neighborhoods, both cities.
Okay. So for
my March event.
Your March event. What, connect the dots. March 23rd.
Yep, the 4th
Friday
in March.
Mm-hmm.
And that particular event is going to be talking about selling your ships of success.
Selling your ships.
Yes. So when you think of ships, you think of relationships, mentorships, sponsorships, leaderships. So selling those ships. Entrepreneurship. Exactly. I'll tell you, because Black Panther is on my mind right now.
Hey, Nadesh.
So
Nadesh says hey.
Tell Nadesh I said hi. So at the end of Black Panther, or towards the end, and I'm sorry if you haven't seen it, but this ties directly into selling your ships, so I'm going to mention it. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. The guy says, "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors who jumped from the ship because they knew that death was better than bondage." Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just powerful when you hear that. So when you think of your ships, right?
Mm-hmm.
How relationships, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a mentorship, are so critical to whether you sell into success or whether you're anchored at bay.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation,
where your ship taking you,
right?
Yep.
So it's really going to be talking about how you leverage those and how you sell them to success. So that's what the event on March is going to be about. So it's a very engaging event. It's not all lecture or spiels. It's going to be very engaging. So I expect crowd interaction and dialogue. So I hope you guys are coming to that. The other event I wanted to mention was the other organization that I support is Lights Camera Discover. I'm the communications director for them. So if you see me on TV recently, it was to promote and support that particular organization, which is doing great work with our youth.
Who's the founder of Lights Camera Discover?
Kima Charles is the founder of Lights Camera Discover.
Okay, great.
And I was fortunate to go see Black Panther because her organization rented out a theater and provided tickets for free.
Nice.
So,
okay.
A lot of the youth were able to go and see the movie for free. So I'm fortunate that I'm even a part of this particular organization.
And can you talk a little bit more about Lights Camera Discover and what they're doing in the community?
Absolutely. So they are a STEM-based filmmaking
STEM?
workshop. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or you could say STEAM.
Tell them
Science,
STEM.
Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math.
Well, tell them what STEM means. Oh, she just did. Say it again. Say it again.
Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. So, when I originally heard Kima speak about her program, I knew that it was something amazing, but I didn't know how impactful it would be until my son participated in the camp last year. And Kairos isn't the only child. That's my 9-year-old, and I have a 2-year-old. But he was the only child for 7 years of his life, so he's kind of like an only child. He's
used to his little,
right?
Yeah.
So he's usually like, he can go places and he'll interact, but he happily will go off and just be by himself. Let me be on my phone. Let me read my book. Let me do my own thing. And it wasn't until he was in that program when I seen him more interactive with people in general. I seen the confidence in him begin to change. So they teach these kids, you know, the science behind the green screen, how to do videoing, how to do editing, photography, web design. Kyrus is learning how to build websites. So, you know, he's going to be working for Phoenix on the Rise soon, helping create websites.
That's important because a lot of people need those.
Right. Video game coding. So they teach them all these things, but they also teach them self-pride and self-worth and self-value. And it's just astounding as to how many kids don't have that. And I thought I was doing a phenomenal job at giving that to Kyrus, and I'm still going to pat myself on the back because I did do a great job. But to see the difference in him after he participated in that program just let me know that I needed to find ways to help make sure that that program not only succeeded here, but expanded across the United States. So,
and I think it's an awesome platform that she has. I mean, I was when I was in elementary school, I went to a computer science type school. It was geared towards that, and so like everything that she's talking about and doing as far as like the cameras, you know, getting behind the green screen, editing, filming, and things like that. That was something that I was introduced to at a young age.
Right.
You know.
And look at you now.
I know. Who would have thought? Who would have thought I would have been out here, you know? My mom put me in a communications class, and that's exactly what we did. I was the little anchor for school news. Right. And I would be selling the news. I'd be in there like, yeah, blah, blah. But it was something that I was exposed to that I probably wouldn't have been exposed to had I been, you know, maybe in an inner city community. Right. You know.
Because a lot of the arts program has been erased. So that particular organization I'm truly fond of, and they do great works, and the services they provide to the kids are free.
So, oh, wow. Okay. Where can they find Lights Camera Discover if somebody wants to participate and get involved?
lightscameradiscover.com.org. They are a nonprofit, so you can donate and contribute to them and receive the tax benefits. So you can find them on Facebook at LCDPHX. All the platforms, so Twitter, Instagram, all of them is going to be at LCDPHX.
Nice. With that particular organization. And we need to get more nonprofits that are focused toward, you know, helping build our kids up, you know?
Right. So not to keep talking about Black Panther, but a big message that I left with Black Panther is the children are our future, right?
Whitney said it.
Whether or not you provide them with the tools and things that they need to be successful, they are still going to be our future. So how we develop them and what we instill in them and what we provide them is what they're going to be using to shape the future for the following generation.
That's so true.
So get involved if you can, whether it's volunteering, whether it's...
Be the change you wish to see. Be the change you wish to see. A lot of people are waiting for other people to do something.
Yeah.
We can't wait for other people.
Right. And if you are not the change, support those that are. So that's the other caveat, because everybody ain't the change.
We know that.
Everybody the change. A couple of us is the dollars, right?
You're so funny. You're so funny.
Share those dollars,
right?
So a couple of us are the dollars. Some of us have different agendas and different goals, and I respect that. But there are ways in which we all can give back. So if you can't physically be there, if you can't volunteer your time, then you can donate your money, or vice versa. So I think that those are really, really critical things.
You guys heard it here on Mind Your Business on Support District Radio. We're listening to Cornelia Bradley with Phoenix on the Rise. I'm your host, Shasta Broaddus. I'm here every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. talking business, talking entrepreneurship, empowering, promoting, and supporting our local entrepreneurs. A lot of reasons why entrepreneurship fail is because they don't have the support. So we have to create that support in order to garner support for ourselves.
Right.
That's what Connect the Dots is about. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. You can find me on Facebook, Shasta Broadus. Get Covered with Shasta. As I said, I'm a client relationship manager with the Ameriprise, where I just brought Cornelia on board.
Yes.
We're going to be protecting y'all's money, teaching you guys how to level up financially, helping you guys in business, because this is stuff that we need to do to have corporations.
Right.
To have entities that outlive us.
Sustainable businesses. Sustainable
businesses that our kids can run.
Right.
You know, Sam Walton's family, they're living good. If y'all don't know who Sam Walton is, that's the owner or the founder of Walmart. Okay? His family is A-okay. If we want our families to be A-okay, we have to set up entities that continuously make money whether we're here or not. So that's what we talk about here on the radio, Mind Your Business. Connect the Dots this Friday. You can see Cornelia at the next Connect the Dots, March 23rd. What's it called again? What are you
Selling Your Ships to Success.
Selling Your Ships to Success. You can also see her tomorrow at...
We Heart Our Members. It's a free event at Desert Rose Steakhouse from 6 to 8. Come out, just engage with us, learn a little bit more about what we do, all the services that we provide, and also come and let me know about what you do and what services you provide, because maybe it's something that, you know, I can utilize or I can patronize and support your businesses as well.
We got Cars and Cigars.
Cars and Cigars is in June the 9th.
All right.
From 6 to 11. We have Wine About It. It's kind of sort of going to be like my birthday celebration, because I won't be here for my birthday at Wine About It. The tickets are only $35. It's unlimited beer and wine, appetizers, and a comedy show lineup. There's also going to be some artists there available with some.
Oh, wait. And then this Saturday.
This Saturday is LCD. We Did That. So that's LCD is Lights, Camera, Discover, the great organization I was just talking about. It's We Did That. So it's a Black History celebration. It's absolutely free. You can still register right now. Mm-hmm. If you want to be a vendor, there's vendor opportunities available there. The vendor tables are only $25. We have about 120 registered guests right now. We have a doctor flying in that's going to be the keynote speaker. The program that the kids just did, they'll be presenting their videos and reenactments of Black history. So come out this Saturday, 1 to 3. It's at Brooks Academy. That's Lights, Camera, Discover. If you forget, I'm going to post all this stuff on Facebook. So is Shasta. She doesn't know it yet. She's going to be posting it on Facebook as well.
I'm part of the network I support.
Right. So we hope to see you guys more actively engaged in the community. And for those that are actively engaged, I hope to see you all soon at some of these events or some of your events.
Connect the Dots. Mind Your Business on Support District Radio. Here with Cornelia Bradley today. I'm your host, Shasta Broadus. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week.